and modern masters. But for the next 3 years, it will be host to a shocking guest, Damien Hirst's preserved shark. The formaldehyde-injected fish will arrive in September at the Met. Its curator of contemporary art, Gary Tintereau, visited. Damien Hirst's tiger shark caused a stir when it was first presented in 1991, but it received another round of attention in 2004 when Stephen A. Cohen bought it from Charles Saatchi. But this time, the shark was already in bad shape, rotting from the inside. The artist didn't want to accept the mortality of his fish and bought a second fresh shark in 2006. To conserve it properly, he hired a professional taxidermist at the Natural History Museum in London. It took 10 people to inject and soak the shark with formaldehyde for 16 hours. And this time, it's probably going to be around a lot longer. The preservation cost over $100,000, which came out of Mr. Cohen's pocket. But the reproduction raises an important question. Can art be so easily replicated, and will it have the same value? Will be displayed on the second floor of the Met's Galleries for Modern Art, where audiences normally expect to see masterpieces of the 20th century. Now Barbara Hepworth's delicate sculpture will be replaced by Hirst's gigantic 22-ton fish tank, titled The Physical Impossibility of Death in the Mind of Someone Living.
It's part of a long tradition of vanitas pictures or works of art. I think of beautiful carved ivory skulls, and it's not a coincidence that one of his most recent pieces is a diamond-encrusted skull, because death is such an important subject for him. What is a vanitas? It's a work of art that causes the viewer to think about the brevity of life and perhaps either the immortality or the mortality of the soul, the place of religion and God in our construct of what happens to us once our God.
The New York audience may or may not approve of this controversial piece of art, but for the next few years, we'll certainly have a new neighbor to argue about.